So, Rick, it's first thing in the morning. I've just hit a bunch of shots on the range. The last few I really like, and I try to hold that thought as I'm walking here to the first tee, and I get here and I look out, and suddenly the confidence is not what it was on the walk to the green. What has happened?
Well, you know, they've always said that the longest walk in golf is from the practice tee to the first tee, and I think there are a lot of reasons for that. You know, one, if you're dealing with your golf swing, you know, you've got that big bucket of balls that you're hitting one after the other, and you're constantly, no matter how you hit it, you're reaching for the other and you're hitting, and your target's on the range. You don't really have any hazards. You don't have any real problems. And I think all of a sudden you stand on a golf hole, even like this one, and you're standing here looking at hazards, you're looking at bunkers, you're looking at potentially some things that could go wrong. You know, gosh, I don't have that extra ball to hit. So I think it's always been a challenge for everyone. And I think the best players in the world, though, certainly work harder at that practice tee situation. And when they go to the golf course, you know, they're thinking about working on their swings on the range, and even before they go, they're just thinking about warming up. And they know that when they get to the golf course, they have to stop thinking swing. And I think a lot of people that I have seen go to the golf course and they're playing swing instead of managing their golf and playing and getting into their own rhythm. And I think that's where the golf buddy comes in. And when you go to the golf course, you're looking at hazards totally different now. You're having an understanding of how far it is to get to the hazard, how far it is to carry the hazard. So you're kind of getting into a good mode or a good framework of hazards become not so much a negative, because now you're a little bit more intelligent about how to deal with them, which means that you're now kind of getting into that zone, so to speak. And the zone is that area that everybody likes to get into, and it doesn't happen as often as it should. But I think that gets back to not thinking about your swing, feeling your motion, getting into a rhythm, and I think the golf buddy will help people to do that.
Which is exactly what I'm trying to do. I find the swing on the range, that's what I'm working on. You're saying that's not necessarily what the pros are working on. I'm just trying to find the swing and hold it in my head until I get to that first tee, and I'm thinking of the swing when I should be thinking about what?
Well, I think at that point, you've got to be thinking about the shot. You want to visualize the shot you're trying to hit. You want to pick out specific targets to play off of or play to, and that's what helps you to focus. So instead of standing over the golf ball and freezing up and thinking about elbows and different things, you're going, I have to get away from the ball, and I've got to get into the shot that I'm going to hit. And I want to focus on that. And then I want to stay loose, and I want to use my eyes, and I want to use my hands, and I want to use my feet to stay relaxed. But then I'm seeing the shot I want to hit, and then you pull the trigger. And I think that's one of the keys to, and the differences between the best players or, you know, the golfer that's just always too analytical and doesn't really have the focus. And I think the golf buddy now is going to help that person, if they understand this, to start to manage their game rather than to think about their swing all the time.